Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald is the sequel to the Fantastic Beasts movie and Where to Find Them. It's a supposedly big series that's going to be happening from Warner Brothers, and I just thought the movie was okay. It wasn't anything spectacular, so I was looking forward to this new one because Jude Law was playing Albus Dumbledore, and we had Hogwarts, and we had more of Johnny Depp playing Grindelwald. So I was a little bit curious to see how they would connect it to the Harry Potter storyline, but also trying to be a Fantastic Beasts movie. And this movie is not very good. I'm going to give you the bad and the good, and at the end I'm going to give you the score for this movie. The best thing about this movie, there's not a lot of good things about this movie. I think Jude Law does a pretty good job as Albus Dumbledore. I liked his character, even though it was very brief. I like some of the connections to the Harry Potter franchise. We do get to see Hogwarts, and we do get to see some of the classrooms, which I was so happy about because I am a huge Harry Potter nerd, and I love seeing those scenes. There was Quidditch, there was teaching, and there was even the score from the original Harry Potter movie, which I thought was perfect. So those scenes really did work for me. Also, some of the creatures that are in this movie, the beasts, are really well created. I love them. They're cute, they're cuddly, they're big, they're grand. I like how they're designed, and I like some of the characters that were from the first movie. Those little creatures are back in the movie again for the second film, and they work in here as well. But the problem with some of this is that I felt like they wanted to do a Fantastic Beasts movie, and I thought it would have been so cool if they just had an adventure film of Newt Scamander going and studying different creatures. But in the back of their mind, they wanted to connect it to Harry Potter. They wanted to throw in Grindelwald and Dumbledore. And so they kind of just threw them together, and we had a storyline that has beasts, and it has Grindelwald and Dumbledore. And I just don't think those both work. I find the beasts to be really cool, and I think the CGI works for them. But I guess that's the only thing about this movie is the beasts look cool, and I like seeing Hogwarts, and Jude Law was pretty good. So there you go. That's about it. So there's a lot of bad things in this movie. A lot of bad things. It's very scatterbrained. There's so many different subplots that it almost doesn't feel like the crimes of Grindelwald. There's Lita Lestrange's storyline. There's Jacob's storyline with his girlfriend. There's Newt's storyline with his brother, and then there's Credence, and then there's Grindelwald, and there's Dumbledore. So many things going on in this movie that it takes away from the title, the overall, I guess, plot of the movie, Crimes of Grindelwald. And I didn't feel like Grindelwald was a really cool villain. I felt him to be very hollow because there's so many different things going on that's either not investing or not interesting at all. So I really could not get involved with Grindelwald, and I thought he was really cool. I liked his character. I liked Johnny Depp playing him, but I just could not get invested into the character. I really could care less what happened with the guy because all these little different subplots and these beasts going on, they mixed them together and just did not work. Like I said, I think this movie would have worked if it was just like a family adventure film of Newt discovering different beasts and studying them for his book. But in the back of the creators' minds, they wanted to connect it to the Harry Potter franchise. So they had to throw in Grindelwald and Dumbledore, and it just felt like the beasts part almost did not fit into this movie, which is sad because the title was Fantastic Beast. The beast just did not fit into this movie. The Harry Potter franchise had that charm, and yes, it was more of a friendly movie. It had that charm that made me excited to see the movies. I was, loving what I was watching. No part of the first Fantastic Beasts movie or this movie had the charm. It did not have any of the magical charm that the Harry Potter movies had. I could care less about anything. There were so many just things in this movie that either did not make sense. It did not create that same atmosphere that the Harry Potter movies did. And I understand it's a different story, different characters. It's the same creator, but nothing about this movie made me believe in magic or made me glue my eyes to the screen or think, oh, that is really cool. It just did not have that same charm. It lacked magic. And I think that's one of the biggest issues with both of these Fantastic Beasts movies, is that it is not exciting at all. There's so many different subplots, and the acting's bad at times, and I just could care less with the characters. I really rather have seen a story of Newt Scamander discovering beasts and not even have an antagonist, just make it a fun adventure film. But they had to throw in those different things, and it's conflicting. I don't think that mixes well with Grindelwald and Dumbledore. Even though I like seeing them on screen, I don't think it mixed well with Newt's storyline and his adventures. This movie took a turn at the end, and I really don't know what to expect from the future films. I have to do some research because I am completely baffled and confused with the ending of this movie. But Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald is a poorly constructed film. I do like seeing Hogwarts, and the beasts are cool, but there's so many different subplots that it definitely does not feel like a Crimes of Grindelwald movie. And when you do see him, it's okay, but you really don't feel that lasting impression from Grindelwald that I would hope for, because all these little different subplots, like Jacob having a charm on him, and Newt trying to find Tina, and then there's Credence trying to find who he really is, and there's just so many different things going on. It just takes away from the overall arching story, Grindelwald. I'm going to go ahead and give Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald a C-. I really would like to like these movies, but none of these Fantastic Beasts, I guarantee you, none of these Fantastic Beasts movies will be better than the worst Harry Potter movie. I guarantee it. I will tell you right now, I will never love the Fantastic Beasts movies as much as I loved the Harry Potter films. What do you guys think of the new Fantastic Beasts movies? Were you disappointed as I was? Leave your thoughts down below. My name is Justin, and I love to watch movies. If you guys do too, make sure to join the discussion down below. Subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification so you guys don't miss any of my videos. You guys are the best as always. This is Just Watch Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.